and welcome to the AHL Daily News video. Thank you much. So this video is about Apple. So as everyone knows, Apple has changed the way we live and work on a daily basis. So let's start with the first question of the day. How has Apple changed over its 40 years of helping the world? Well, I'll tell you. So as everyone knows, Apple has changed the way we forever experience technology. So how did they get there? Well, I'll tell you again in this organized news video. So first I would like to announce that this information is paraphrased and all rights belong to Apple. So how has Apple changed over its 40 years of helping the world? Well, I don't know if you older people remember, no offense, but on January 9th, 2007, Steve Jobs announced iPhone at Macworld Con, receiving substantial media attention that it will be released later on that year. On June 29th, 2007, the first iPhone was released. So the first iPhone was an amazing accomplishment. You might have thought of 10 years ago, I don't know, good math. Sure, it wasn't the greatest, but it still seemed to catch the eye of people. The iPhone helped a lot, and it still does, and it keeps getting better and better. So if you want to learn more, then go to Google and search up iPhone first gen, and then click on Wikipedia. So now on to my next question. So my next question is, how has Apple changed a lot in helping the environment, world, and people? Well, as you probably know, Apple is trying to make all the Apple retail stores around the world 100% renewable. Man, that is one big goal. They came up with a reason to become 100% renewable because they thought that if they became 100% renewable, that they can help save the earth. They think that if they become 100% renewable, then they can start taking less non-renewable sources out of the world and start taking renewable sources. So Apple also helps the way they work in a whole new way. They have created better processors and graphics so people can see things with more detail. I'll show you more after this short commercial break. Commercial break. Hello, have you ever watched a good quality camera? Yeah, I do. Well, now you can with the new Kuno HD camera. OMG, such a cool thing. It's such a good camera. Mom, get the camera, please. It shoots 3K video, just like on the iPhone 5, 5S, and 5SC. But how much is it, you ask? Yeah. It's only 5 easy peasy payments of your life salary times 3. But if you call now in the next 2 seconds, we'll make it 5 easy peasy payments of your life salary times 2. Not 1, but not 3, not 4, but 2. 2 easy payments of your life salary. Dose.
Great deal, right? Okay.
Well, that was some commercial, right? Because it definitely wasn't me. Well, back to Apple. So Apple's trying to make all of their Apple retail stores around the world 100% renewable, just like I said, which means that they will run on renewable sources such as water and wind. They want to stop taking non-renewable sources out of the ground, such as coal and gas. What stage are they at, you ask? Well, so far they are at 95% renewability. Pretty good, you think? But no, they wanted at least 98% by this year of March 2016. Yeah, so Apple is making their packaging boxes 100% renewable. Also, can you guess what percent they're at? 100%. You're wrong, bros. Okay, so Apple products have changed the way we live and we think about working. Like I said earlier, the design to the processor is outstanding. That is their goal, to make their products work and look better. So like the iPhone 2 with no video recorder to the iPhone 6s with 4K video recorder. Okay, let's not get crazy. Back to Apple. So Apple is also trying to change the way you look, believe it or not. One good example is the Apple Watch. The style is great. They actually made a commercial about how it makes you look better. Okay, so on to my last and final question. The last question is going to be about how Apple makes their products faster and better every year and how they make their products. How do they do that is the question. Well, as every real Apple fan would know, Jony Ive is the designer for Apple. He figures out where the camera goes, how thick the product is going to be, but not just the outside, also the inside, less features, and the way icons look and more. One of his biggest accomplishments was iOS 7 with new features such as Control Center, Night Shift, and new icon appearances. So how does he come up with these ideas, you're asking? Well, sometimes he gets the ideas from movies. Like Touch a Day, he got the idea from James Bond movie, and from live photos that actually come to life on the iPhone 6s from Spy Watches. I don't think there's a movie called Spy Watches, but if there was, it would be really cool. You guys, but like Spy Watches are like have photos that come to life. That'd be really cool. So, let's wrap this up. They make their processors with Intel. They use Intel, and they're going to be using Google. It's very weird why they're doing that. I don't know why, but I guess you guys are just gonna have to deal with it. Okay, so if you would like to learn more about Apple, then go to www.apple.com. That's www.apple.com. If you want to learn more about information about Apple, or hot news, or upcoming events, then go to www.apple.com. Scroll down. I'm going like this because you can scroll down with 2 fingers, and I'm going like this because you can scroll down with a finger. Then go to scroll down and click on Apple Hot News for upcoming events and news, and click on Apple Info for Apple Info, or Apple Information for Apple information about what their goals are, what they are about, what's going on, and it's just basically an overall run of where I get my information from. So yeah.